Gavin Newsom, meantime, posting this on X, Liz, using all capitals, of course, trying to mock Trump, use Trump style. He's been doing this for a while now. He says, quoting, Trump just fled the podium with Putin. No questions, nothing. Total low energy. The man looked like he'd just eaten 3 buckets of KFC with Vlad. Admit it, Donnie J. You're terrified because this was the worst week of your life because of me, Gavin C. Newsom. I think he's trying to be funny. I don't know what he's trying to do, but it comes across as childish. And you're the governor of the biggest state in the union. What are you doing?
Honestly, I feel like he's trying so hard to be Trump, but he's coming off like Kanye West. He seems absolutely insane.
So MAGA Fox News hosts, many of them, are being publicly triggered by Governor Gavin Newsom of California, and more specifically, the Governor Newsom press office Twitter account, which has taken to giving Trump and MAGA a taste of its own medicine by brutally mocking them with Trump-style rhetoric. And as you see here, and as you'll read elsewhere, MAGA Fox News hosts in particular are outraged. They're pearl-clutching. Why are you talking like this? You're a governor. You can't, mean? It's so pathetic, and the schadenfreude is delicious. We should make fun of these people relentlessly because they're hypocrites, they're losers, and they deserve it. But before we unpack all that, if you end up liking this video and you want to support the channel, please be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and alert bells before you go. These people have no sense of self-awareness. They have no sense of principle. It'd be one thing if Trump and elected Republicans and their allies in right-wing media were civil, were polite, litigated their disagreements with the Democrats in good faith and with civility like something you'd see in the West Wing, and then out of nowhere, a Democratic politician like Gavin Newsom started acting like an asshole. Then I would understand, and I would totally agree with Fox and Trump and everybody else that, hey, whoa, this is out of nowhere, man. Like, we're chill with you. Like, we disagree, but we're like, there's civility, there's decency. Why are you just like attacking us and mocking us in this way? They'd have a point. But because that's not what's happening, they don't have a point. And in response to this particular clip, Trey Gallagher, Governor Newsom's press office, responded. And by the way, again, this account is blowing up. You should definitely follow them if you are on Twitter. It's hilarious. It's good for the soul. They responded. Like Trump, they said, Bird Brain, Trey Gallagher, a so-called Fox News host that nobody's ever heard of, says my posts are childish and unbecoming of a leader. Can you believe it? Many are saying Fox, edit the tapes, news, should cancel his pathetic little bedtime show immediately. They're calling it the most boring program in cable history. Total snooze fest. Sad. GCN. This is the way to respond. And I'll give you some other examples. Tommy Lauren, Joe Concha, these Fox News hosts, these MAGA Fox News hosts who are publicly clutching their pearls. They're outraged. You can't talk to me like this. No, here. No, they can, and they should. Democrats should do this. I think it's good for the goose is good for the gander. Let's see some of the responses. Of course, people are loving this. Like, there's still some people losing their shit in the replies, but a lot of people are cheerleading Governor Newsom's press office on as well. They should. Tommy Lauren, who she's a Fox News contributor. She's also on, I think, Outkick. She's a podcast host. She used to work, I believe, for The Blaze. She's been on Piers Morgan multiple times. She's also not pleased with how Governor Newsom is behaving. She says, the saddest thing about this is Gavin and his team of beta males who sit down and to pee actually think they're trolling the president and actually think this is making Gavin look like a badass. You got to feel for those California boys. I don't know if it's the weed or the gender-neutral bathrooms, but something is wrong over there. And she got 6.4 thousand views, or 4,000 likes. People are happy with this. But, of course, she's being mocked. Yeah, the old man in orange makeup and diapers who's never worked a day in his life as a real man. Get a fucking grip. Your obsession with gender norms and bathroom politics is as pathetic as it is predictable. Calling Gavin Newsom and his team beta males who sit down to pee is the kind of juvenile sexist drivel that defines your brand of commentary. Trolling Trump, maybe. But it's working because he's a thin-skinned disaster who can't handle a challenge. So are his supporters. Riz Lightyear says, you are so triggered, LMAO. Joe from Juror says, your guy's pees in his pants, right? It's incredibly weird how often y'all think about other people in bathrooms. See a therapist. This is like your 12th tweet about him in like a day or so I think he's winning. Again, she's openly triggered. And Governor Newsom's press office responded. And this one's a banger. This one's funny. Tommy's account is basically Yelp for toilets now. Ooh! And whereas Tommy's post, this well-known, very successful right-wing commentator got about 6.4 thousand likes. Governor Newsom's press office, Fresh out the gate, 41,000 likes. He ratioed her to hell and back. Much more successful. And to accomplish that on right-wing Twitter is saying something. Now, some people in the replies, again, were like, you honestly think this type of posting will help Gavin be more popular? Honestly? They're like, yes. And maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. But we've tried the Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, when they go low, we go high shit. And it has not worked, by my estimation. So I think it's fair to have these like controlled experiments, these forays into reciprocal incivility, and just see where it goes. Let's just try it. Let's just try it. Not saying that every Democratic politician necessarily has to do this, but let's give it a good faith, concerted effort. And so I applaud Governor Newsom and his press team for what they're doing. Again, we've got another Fox News host we'll take a look at in just a second, but let's see the responses to this. Tommy Lauren, chosen by God to lead. Let's see. Talking about toilets, the most transparent administration and president in history shared some footage that makes everyone wonder, and it's AI image of Trump pooping. Gavin Newsom, AI image wrapped in the American flag. So again, like you're starting to see the sort of memeification that surrounds Trump by MAGA, and this is what's pissing MAGA Fox News hosts and MAGA Republicans off. They're like, that's our thing. You can't make fun of us using our thing. We are. We can and we are and we should. Trump doesn't have to sit down to pee because he wears diapers and uses catheters. Joe from Jurors again. Ha 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 ha. That's so unfair to Yelp, though. Sir, she doesn't even know how handsome you are. Some people seem to be triggered by their own mirror. King Awesome Newsom is here to save the United States of America and humanity. Imagine basing your whole personality on bathrooms and still losing the argument. Let's see. Whoever writes this deserves a prize. The MAGA crowd is losing their marbles over tweets that are literally exactly like Trump's. Shows how brainwashed they are. Again, it's just objectively good. I'm here for it. I am fucking here for it, and so should you. Let's try it. So then you have MAGA Fox News host Joe Concha. We're governed by children, he says, in response to Governor Gavin Newsom. Let's take a look at the post which said this. So, okay, so this is Rapid Response 47. It's one of Trump's, again, Rapid Response Twitter pages. And so after Trump's disastrous summit in Alaska with Putin, they tried to spin it like, look, here's a picture of Trump, and he's kind of looking down and pointing his finger at Putin. And so Governor Newsom's press office quote tweeted it with an image of Newsom pointing his finger at Trump and getting in his face. Tiny Hands is out here copying me, but without the stamina, sad, and certainly without the looks, total beta. So in response to this, Joe Concha, MAGA Fox News host, says, we're governed by children. And we'll get to the press office's response. Oh, it's right there. It goes, the joke is going right over your head, isn't it, Joe? Just think just a little deeper, and you might get it. This is funny. Shown. Republicans when Democrats do the same stuff they do, and it's them crying. Don't like a mirror held up to you, eh? Let's see. Sorry, Joe, we're just trying to make America Gavin again. And it shows an AI image of Governor Newsom and riding what looks like a T-Rex. It's pretty funny. Talking about Trump like this, LOL. Well, since the post is pretty much the exact same style and choice of language as Trump, yeah, you're right. We are governed by children. Isn't it interesting how you celebrate Trump doing literally this? Grok, has Joe Concha ever said this about Trump either on X or elsewhere? No, Joe Concha has not said we're governed by children about Donald Trump on X or elsewhere. He frequently uses the phrase to criticize Democrats like Biden and Newsom, but not Trump, whom he supports in his writings, because again, he's a hypocrite. So when Trump writes like a middle schooler, that's just fine, but when Newsom's office tosses a parody back, it's suddenly proof we're governed by children. Interesting journalistic standard. Your point on double standards is valid. Trump's posts often feature all caps insults and parenthetical jabs, yet Concha defends him while labeling Newsom's clear parody as childish governance. Partisan bias and media critique is evident from his consistent pro-Trump stance. Precisely. Now listen, we're all entitled to our biases. I'm biased, okay? But the thing is, I would love, if I could snap my fingers and we would have a more civil politics, I would love that. I would love that. But we don't have that. And we don't have that primarily because of the right and the Republican Party and Donald Trump. And so they don't have the right, in my opinion, to demand of us a civility and a decorum and an etiquette and a politeness that they don't reciprocate. If the right expects you to be nice to them, the right is obligated to be nice to you. And if they're not going to be nice to you, you're not obligated to be nice to them. It is just that simple. You shouldn't break the law. You should not engage in violence, nothing like that. But Donald Trump is the meanest politician in modern American history who actively insults pretty much anybody who disagrees with him. This idea that he should be exempt from that is absurd. This one, by the way, another standout. Like, there's so many standouts there. So a Republican politician from California says, I look forward to November 4th when California voters hand Gavin Newsom a humiliating defeat by rejecting his corrupt and dishonest redistricting scheme. In one fell swoop, they will defend fair elections and end his political career. Okay? So in response, they say, you won't be handing us anything, Carl. Ex-councilman accused of masturbating in City Hall. So pretty good pun. And again, if you look at Governor Newsom's press office, I'll just retweet it. It's so good. And I'm drawing attention to this because it's not just Governor Newsom himself, his actions and his rhetoric that we need to constantly lift up and encourage. Because again, politicians, they're human beings and they have all the failures and foibles as any other human, and they operate based on incentives. And if you want a Democratic politician who's a fighter, you have to incentivize fighting. And when they start to fight, you have to cheerlead and reward it, and it becomes a feedback loop. They fight, you cheer, so they keep fighting, you keep cheering, etc., and so forth. It's a mutually rewarding proposition. But also, I want to celebrate what Governor Newsom's press office is doing. It's just constant trolling. It's so good. Let's see here. We broke Donald Trump. They have a good one here. Oh, my gosh. Gavin Newsom versus Donald Trump Jr. in high school. Pick your fighter. Don Jr. is on the right. Newsom is on the left. Tough choice. One now leads the world's fourth largest economy. The other sells cell phones. How many times were you going to come back for a ratio, sir? More. He's so funny. Let's see. They're talking about Trump's one big beautiful law. Inspired choice for dinner in the Dorer household tonight. We're still waiting for delivery. The Epstein list tracker. Prep complete. Delivery current estimated. Delivery estimate never. Let's see. Pam began working on your order on January 20th, 2025, referring to Pam Bondi. It's pretty funny. They're making fun of Stephen Miller because they call him Voldemort all the time. Look at Voldemort's hand. Why do I hurt all over? Gavin Newsom. It's so funny. They have a thing about... Oh, this one's a good one. Oh, no, we're going to cover that one in a separate story. So we'll set that aside. But yeah, if you go to their Twitter account, you're going to see so many funny things. They've been ratioing the White House to hell and back. This is what I was looking for. New, we totally humiliated the White House by ratioing them 3 times yesterday. A great day for America. Thank you, Patriots. 66,000 to 7,600. 9,900 versus 16,000 versus 24,000. So, yeah. Again, definitely. MAGA Fox News hosts are freaking out about it, and Governor Newsom continues to troll them, and that's good. And you should mock them for their hypocrisy and their double standards. In the meantime, let me know what you think in the comments.